Back in Orlando, 4:24 remaining. In this fourth quarter, the Magic and the Bulls are tied at 80. Second free throw for Shaquille O'Neal. So he converts 1 of 2. He is 10 of 14 at the free throw line, which before Shaquille is being on fire at the foul line. And the Magic up by 1. B.J. Armstrong is back on the floor, taken out earlier. Scottie Pippen for 3. And Shaquille O'Neal with the rebound. We mentioned earlier B.J. Armstrong asked Coach Phil Jackson why it was taken out. Phil said, because you're playing in lethargic fashion. Let's see how he reacts down the stretch. He is guarding Anthony Hardaway. Shot clock is down to 5. Here's Hardaway for 3. And a foul is called. Jake O'Donnell with the call against the Bulls. It's on Pippen. And that is number 5 on Scottie Pippen.
Well, Penny Hardaway putting up this shot. It never looked good when it was going up or when he left his hand, but really getting a break here as Scottie Pippen trying to spin out of the play and avoid contact, but just brushing up against Hardaway right in front of referee Jake O'Donnell to give Penny Hardaway the 3 free throws that he wanted. He wants to make up for those last 2 that he missed.
Hardaway now 2 of 5 at the line. It has been a brutal day for Scottie Pippen. 1 for 10 from the field. Michael Jordan, 6 of 19. Yet, as we have been saying right throughout, it's been a close ball game. Orlando up by 4 with 3:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Jordan getting a pick from Wennington. Wennington with the fake, and that is rejected by Grant, and a foul is called. That's number 3 for Horace Grant.
It's just so unusual to see the Bulls so tentative offensively, especially Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. During that last timeout, Jim Gray telling us again that Phil Jackson wants Bill Wennington to be aggressive offensively, which he was there. Horace Grant all over him, seemingly getting all ball, but a number of times Michael Jordan looks like he's had an opportunity to either shoot the ball or to drive, but he has passed it up.
Bill Wennington is an excellent free throw shooter, 81% for the season. And Wennington 3 of 3 here today. 3.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Orlando with an 84-82 lead. Marv Albert with Matt Dukas. Jim Gray from the Orlando Arena, game 1 of his best of 7. Nick Anderson. Dennis Scott. Shot clock at 7. Scott for 3. Now it's called a 2. Foot on the line. Dennis Scott with 14. The Magic 86. The Bulls 82. Just under 3 minutes to go on the fourth. Hardaway deflected it out.
Oh, a huge shot by Dennis Scott as the Magic had nothing going, trying to shake a little bit to avoid or get around Tony Kukoc or get the shot up, and his left foot right on that three-point line.
Jordan. The tip by Wennington. I don't know, perhaps the new look of Bill Wennington contributing to the offensive prowess. 14 points for Wennington. And the Orlando lead is 2. Shot clock down to 6. Scott forced it. Pippen with a good box out. Here comes Jordan to the backpedaling Anderson. Jordan got the step, and Jordan has tied the game at 86.
And that's what you expect from Michael Jordan in this situation. A little bit of open court, has a seam, takes it hard to the basket. Both teams over the limit in the penalty.
Just under 2 minutes to go in the fourth. Hardaway looking to post up against Armstrong. Hardaway, yes. The Magic, 88. The Bulls, 86.
Phil Jackson did not like the matchup he had before with Steve Kerr guarding Hardaway. He can't be too happy with Armstrong watching him now.
called by Anderson.
Foul number 25.
Michael Jordan has not had many opportunities all game long like this, but this one opened wide as you could be, as able to beat Nick Anderson off the dribble, Horace Grant waving at him, and nobody in that back line of defense as Bill Wennington taking Shaquille away from the play.
Michael Jordan shot 80% in his 17-game return during the regular season. He's 2 of 3 here today.
And Phil Jackson is very much concerned about Hardaway. Has gone big now. Pete Myers in the ballgame. It'll either be Jordan, Pippen, or Myers watching Hardaway.
Oh, Jordan misses on both. Orlando with a 2-point lead, a minute and a half left in the fourth quarter. Michael Jordan missing the 2 free throws down the stretch. Hardaway with the ball fake, and Pippen rebounds. The Bulls want to run. Here's Pippen for Jordan. Yes, and it counts. The game is tied, and Jordan will go to the line. Foul committed by Grant, his 4th.
His 4th.
Fast break chance for Scottie Pippen on the middle. Gets it to the right man. Able to finish here as Horace Grant trying to prevent the three-point play, but just not fouling Jordan hard enough. At the other end of the floor, Hardaway felt he was fouling the play. Brian Hill trying to calm him down.
3-point play for Jordan. He now has 19. The Bulls lead by 1 with a minute 11 left in the fourth quarter. With the timeout, we'll take a break. Back after this from your local station.
Our scientists have done things which nobody's ever done before.
An experiment that would make history. A result they never expected.
Fences are failing all over the park.
Yeah, that's nice. Gotta go.
Shut down the system.
It's not nice to fool with Mother Nature. Jurassic Park. NBC next.
Welcome back to Orlando. The Bulls have taken an 89-88 lead as we come up on a minute remaining in this fourth quarter. And following the Magic and the Bulls, it will be Jurassic Park right here on NBC. Nick Anderson was trapped, and he called for time. Anderson in trouble, surrounded by Pippen and Jordan, and took the timeout with 58 seconds left in the fourth. Let's check in with Bob Costas back in New York. Bob?
All right, Marv, briefly, here's what's next weekend looks like on NBC. On Saturday, a doubleheader starting with showtime at 12:30 Eastern. Phoenix will be in Houston for Game 3 of that series, followed by Game 4 of the Knicks and Pacers from Market Square on Sunday. A tripleheader, showtime again at 12:30 with Phoenix back at the Summit for Game 4 with the Rockets. Then it's the Spurs and Lakers in Game 4 of that series from the Forum. And finally, Game 4 of the Orlando-Chicago series from the United Center. That is next weekend. Now, to finish things up for today's tripleheader, let's go back to Marvin Mack.
Thank you, Bob. A look at the timeout rundown. Chicago with 3 plus a 20. Orlando down to 1 timeout remaining. The shot clock showing 12 seconds. Both teams are over the limit. Hardaway to the reverse. O'Neal with the rebound, and a foul is called. Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal.
The foul number 34, Bill Wennington.
And the foul was called on Bill Wennington.
Penny Hardaway trying to force the action on penetration there. As Michael Jordan making sure that Shaq does not lay that one up or dunk it, and then going over to Shaq to make sure he's all right.
And the words from Jordan were accepted by O'Neal, who is hitting his free throws. 11 for 15. And he has tied the game at 89. A.J. Armstrong returning. So it is Jordan and Armstrong at the guards. Wennington with Pippen and Kukoc up front. 48 and 9/10 seconds remaining in the fourth. Clutch free throw shooting by Shaquille O'Neal. And when is the last time that has been said? The Magic up by 1. The lead from Pippen. Kukoc connecting with Pippen, and the Bulls have a 1-point lead.
A pet play for the Chicago Bulls after free throws, but what a time to bring it out in a very difficult play to execute. But Kukoc and Pippen got it done.
down to 25 seconds in the fourth, 10 on the shot clock. 1 point Chicago lead. Dangerous pass thrown by Scott. Low percentage intended for Hardaway, who was in a crowd. Picked off by the Bulls, and they immediately call for time. 18 seconds to go. We'll be back in a moment. Well, the Chicago Bulls turning it down the stretch. They've hit their last 4 shots, including this beautiful lead from Kukoc to Pippen.
Well, that just takes perfect timing and perfect execution. And with the game on the line, about 40 seconds to go, a very difficult play to call. A lot of courage on the part of Phil Jackson to make that call during the free throw.
And a costly pass thrown by Dennis Scott in a crowd that was picked off by the Bulls. And Jordan spinning his way against Anderson. Here comes Hardaway. The Magic by 6 and 2/10 seconds to go. Michael Jordan having a very difficult time. He missed the 2 free throws earlier. He was just picked off, stripped, which led to the lead bucket. We'll be right back. Well, 6 and 2/10 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Another look as Nick Anderson did it from behind. Chasing Jordan, knocked it away, leading to this.
And Penny Hardaway finds Horace Grant flying in on the right side. I think Michael Jordan felt with the 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter that he was going to get fouled on the play. It looked like he had beaten Nick Anderson, but then the flick from behind, as we have seen some wild and crazy things happen in the final 18 seconds today, in particular in that game between New York and Indiana, the craziest 18 seconds I've ever seen.
And a timeout taken by Michael Jordan. Anthony Hardaway has not had one of his better games, but a beautiful combination on a 2-on-1 break there for the Magic to take the lead. Back on February 26th here in Orlando, Hardaway had a career high of 39 points and hit the game-winning shot with 7/10 of a second remaining as he was racing the clock and was able to hit. This also was a race, but still time left. So Hardaway with his 5th steal of the game. And the Magic up 92-91.
Jordan is definitely going to want to get his hands on the ball. The Bulls can usually get him. Brian Hill has to make the decision. Double team Michael without the ball and give somebody else a chance to take the final shot.
Tony Kukoc will throw in. Jordan played by Royal. Jordan for Pippen. And it will be Orlando ball. Michael had the shot, but decided to pass off. And that is something we've rarely seen. 1 and 5/10 seconds to go, and the foul is given by Armstrong. Boy, that's one we haven't seen. He had the shot.
Well, we saw it a number of times in the third quarter when Michael would make a move, penetrate, get between the foul line and the dotted line, jump in the air, and then change his mind. I think initially Michael was thinking drive to the basket, but he was sealed off by 3 players, and Pippen started to move instead of stay, spotted up in that left corner, and the 2 great veterans miscommunicate on the play.
I think when the people look back at what has taken place today in the NBA, I know I can't recall 3 such improbable finishes, starting with the Nick Indiana game. Houston comes from behind. The defending NBA champions defeat the Utah Jazz in Salt Lake City. And a stirring finish here in Orlando. The Magic now leading 94-91, 8/10 of a second remaining, and a timeout is taken by the Bulls. so improbable. The shooting performances of Scottie Pippen, 2 of 11. Michael Jordan, only 8 for 22. We'll be back right after these words. And turnover a moment ago by Michael Jordan, his 8th of the game, which ties a career high. 0.8 of a second remaining.
This is where Tony Kukoc has made so many, not so many, about 4 or 5 three-point shots in this situation.
And it comes to Kukoc, broken up by Grant. And that will do it. The final scores, time has run out on the Bulls. The Magic 94 and the Bulls 91, led by Shaquille O'Neal with 26 points. Now we take you directly to Jurassic Park.